Hey guys, so um, I have this. I'll be explaining this dream that I had, um, and I want everybody to know. I had this dream um, a few months ago, around 2020, I think. Yeah, it was around 2020, and I had this dream. I don't like saying names, but I had this dream about. Everybody knows, Faze Rug, and before I explain into this video, I want everyone to know that spiritual realm is very real and um, into the it can manifest into the natural, and the spiritual realm is very real, and the things I see in the spiritual realm, it's so real, and it does relate to that's exactly how it operates in the real life, and God is showing me these things, and dreams and visions do come to pass, and as you can see in the Bible, prophecies, many visions and dreams came to pass, many prophecies came to pass, and there's a lot of evidence, and we can't deny it. The things we see in this world is, you can't lie that, it's really, a lot of people say it's dark, and it is dark. It's because remember that Satan is the god of this world, um, but his time is running out, and I want people to understand that that the demons, I had encountered with demons, but I'll be explaining that video in the furthermore coming soon, until I finish explain my videos that I had before I had that encounter. But I had an encounter, with these demons, and I want people to know these things are real. I remember, I'm watching a documentary right now about where there's 4-year old girl, a 4-year-old girl had has this imaginary friends, and is seeing dead people, and that's not really and I want people to know that um it's not really the loved ones they see, but it's the demons. And I have an encounter because I had a loved one that passed away, um and a family member of mine that passed away, and um and I had a dream about her. I had a dream about her. I never really think about it was my grandma, but I never really think about my grandma, my loved one, right? And my mom also had a dream about her too, and it was so weird. And then my mom's church sister, confirmed what happened. But anyways, besides that, I just want people to know that it's not really the loved one. It's actually the demon in disguise. Because these things are because you're not supposed to associate with the dead. And there's in Ecclesiastes, I believe, in verse 9 to 6, I think, we can't really. It mentions about not associating with the dead, and how we shouldn't really um, associate with them. But the demons have the ability to appear as people, human form, and they can appear as your loved one. And I know someone else had a testimony about that before. Um, and I just want people to know before I explain that video. Um, Before I explain the video part, the dream I had. So I want people to know, and remember in the Bible too, that in Sodom and Gomorrah, the when the two angels came down from heaven and appeared as a form. So those fallen angels have the ability to appear in a human figure. So anyways, before I kind of babble, um, this dream I had a dream about Faze Rug's house. So everybody knows, Faze Rug is very popular. I watched one of his prank videos before a long time ago, but I don't really watch all of his videos. I don't really like watch it at all. Um, so I don't really like watch it. But I had a dream about his house particularly, and and I and after and before I explain, I searched up his house after I had that dream, because I never really think about Faze Rock or his videos or anything, or his house in particular. But I had a dream about his house, and as I explained, and in the dream I had a dream about his house, and he was having this party. He was having this this huge party. He was inviting people over, and as we were getting into his house for the party. It was a big house. I saw this demon, this big demon. I couldn't really see it, but I can tell it was there at the side. It was like this. it was at the right side, at the corner, and in the spiritual realm, as I can see, like I can, he looked he's distorted, so you can't really, I can't really kind of see him, but I knew the demon was there, and as it was like escorting people in, um, to Phase house, and um, and in the spiritual realm, it was called the Devil's House. That's what his house was called. It was called the Devil House. The Devil's House. That's what the dream said. It was called, his house was called the Devil House. I don't know why, but that's what it was called. And and I was walking in, and the demon didn't see me. So as I walked in, and in the spiritual realm, as we went inside, the people were going in their rooms, so everybody was finding their rooms in his house. It was a party, everyone was having, and I walked in, and as already explained, and I found this room, and I was standing, I walked in, and then I was walking in to find a room, right? And I was trying to avoid that demon in particular as we walked into Phazerug's house. And as I walked in, this room, I saw this girl, and then at first we both startled each other, like we got so scared. I'm like, oh, I didn't expect anyone to be here, and she didn't expect anyone to be there, and because we both kind of scared each other, because we didn't expect each other to see in this room, right? And then because she was not expecting anyone to come, and in this room, she seemed to think that Satan was a good person, but she didn't. But he didn't. But she didn't realize that he was a bad, person. And I said to her, don't trust the devil. He's ruthless. And I feel like, and I was trying to avoid the devil. And I feel like he was coming to find, because I feel like the demon knew something was wrong. Because I'm not of him at all. I'm not. Surprising. I'm wondering how the demon can see me, but I guess God did not want to, I don't know, to let the demon see me. But anyways, besides that, but I sensed that the demon was coming, that something was different, like looking after, like coming after me or something. I don't know, but that's why I was trying to warn the girl in the room, to not trust him. He's a ruthless person, you can't trust Satan, because she seemed to think that he was a good person, but she was deceived to think that he was a good person, but he's not a good person. And then I find myself going to the corner of this wall as I warned this girl, and because I felt a demon or a satanic being was, like, looking for me, and I sensed that he sensed something was off. So I walked into this wall, as I said, and then into this corner of the wall, and then that was it of the dream. And what I can sense from that, and after that dream, I woke up, and as what I can gather, I searched up in a phase rug, and then I showed his house, and he was explaining, and I know a guy's explained to you a video about his house being haunted, and it's definitely a demon for sure, because he seemed really, like, scared, because after that dream, I searched up his rug in his house, and it showed, I didn't know he had a house. I didn't know his house was being there were spirits and demonic um forces in there. I didn't know that there was some spirits in there. I didn't know anything about his house, but it was crazy, because it's so true, because and this just confirms my dream too, as I had, because I'm, like, wondering, why am I having this dream about his house in particular? Why am I having this dream about this demon, escorting people in, and I want people to realize that these things are real. And I'm sorry, kind of babbling. I hope I explained it correctly. But yeah, that's what I dreamed about, and I'm glad to share this dream so people can take heed and understand that this is real. Dreams are real. I had a dream that I think I mentioned, I had to you guys. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but I had this dream. A few um, I won't explain it right now, but I'll explain it in the next video. I want to take my time and explain it. But yes, I had a dream that came to pass, and it was definitely prophetic, and it made so much sense to me. And there was some dreams there's a lot of dreams I had, but it doesn't make sense. Like, okay, why am I having this dream? And we all had dreams that don't make sense. But I always make sure I ask God first before I post any video, before I explain these dreams, because these dreams are important, and it's so important that I share these dreams. I share these dreams that are important. I always make sure I confront God about it first before I post anything. But as I can interpret from this dream, yes, it seems like his house is definitely demonic, and because that dream confirms um, I'm saying. And I remember when I searched up his house, I went on the comments, and he wanted to everyone to see, what can he make out of this dream or something. I think Faze mentioned a comment. What can everybody? I have to go back on YouTube, but everyone is explaining, what they can gather from this house or something. But I knew exactly, what this house is, and these things are real. People don't realize that, demons are real, and that these things are real. They try to mess with our heads. They appear in different forms. They have the ability to do that. So you have to be in this time. We need the Spirit of God to, guide us and keep us, and to know, what is and what is not. We have to test the spirits, and that's why we have to test the spirits, and that's why we have to get to know Christ. We have to get to know God, because these things are important. And it's important for me to share these dreams, because the prophet mentioned that there's dreams and visions that God has been showing me. So I'm taking heed to these dreams, because before I was not. I was kind of worried. I was always worried about what people would think if I post these videos, and stuff. And then I realized, and then the prophet, confirmed, prophet, told me what God was trying to show me. These dreams and visions I've been having, and it's important that I write these things down. I'm gonna start writing it down. I've been starting to write it down so I can always make sure I memorize it, because these things are real. The spiritual realm is real, as I said. The supernatural is real, and we're all alive in spirit. So yes, that's what I could gather from that dream, and that's what I can interpret. And I hope it can help somebody, and what you can learn from this video. And I've learned a lot, through a lot of people's testimonies and what they experienced too. And now I'm going through experience too that I never went through before. I never went through these kind of experience before. As I'm getting close to God, God is showing me these things. God is showing me, what's happening, and He's lifting off the scales off my eyes. And I want God to lift off the scales off your eyes too. And it's important that do the will of God. It's important to do the will of God. Don't listen to what man says. Don't be afraid to say what God is showing you, because these could help. These dreams that you have, these visions, could help people in the future. And that's what it's all about. It's about saving souls for the kingdom. We want to bring souls to Christ. Want to bring souls to the kingdom to be saved, because the enemy's plan is to destroy, steal, kill, and destroy, as it mentions in Scripture. His plan is to steal, kill, and destroy. Um, I'll put in my description as I explain what I dreamed. That way, it can be easier to, maybe if you guys are readers or not listeners, you can read it, from my description. So I will make sure I put it on the description, um, for you guys, of what I dreamed. I'll just write it on the description so you guys can understand what I just said it. In case if you don't understand me here, because I don't want to babble. But yes, I'm going to be explaining. So that's it for today for the video. So I'll be explaining my other dreams that I had. I'm in the process of explaining it, so I'll be explaining it soon in the other videos. I'm taking my time to explain this video, and for and so what people can understand from these dreams. And I don't want to rush it. I don't want to rush it or say anything that I miss. I'm trying to make sure I gather everything as I can, and that's why it's so important for me to write these down. So I'm going to start writing them down. These dreams and visions I have, and making sure that I don't miss anything out of what I said. So I'll be putting on the description too, and just in case if I didn't miss anything. That's what I can gather. And I hope you guys stay blessed. And I hope for those that don't know Christ, all you have to do is believe and repent, and ask God for His Holy Spirit to help you and guide you during in this life. Take care, everybody, and God bless.